As I've said over and over again, and encouraging you to get to know yourself. You are responsible for you as an adult. You are not a victim. You are not a victim, but the people of the world, which are evil, want you to believe that you are a victim, and they work overtime to make you think and feel like you're a victim in order to control you for personal gain. For personal gain. The whole setup in America today and around the world, but America first. The whole setup around the world, but in America first, since America is my home, is to make you believe that you are a victim. And the reason that they're doing it, and the reason you're allowing it to be done to you, is because the heart is wicked. And you are subject and helpless to the world, to the lie. Because of the hell that's in you, you have not overcome, because you have not taken responsibility for your own life. It's causing you to be afraid of the hell that's in others outside of you. So you have devils fighting with devils. At one time, America was a Judeo-Christian country, a country of power and authority. And they called it the light on the hill, something like that, where the world can see. Well, that light is quickly going out in America because it's going out in each individual. And evil look like it's winning. It really does. And it is defeating the children of the lie, those who have anger, but not those who are overcoming it, not those who have been born of the light of the Father. But they're working overtime to make sure that light doesn't shine. And I counsel with men and women, families and individuals every day from around the world. And it's the same thing. The same thing is happening. The same spirit that brought under fear is happening around the world. What a sad way to live. But it is. And it has nearly destroyed all men around the world. But my country first, America first. You put out the light in the man, you can put out the light in the world. Because if you notice, they're putting all the people of darkness in the right places to destroy America and the world. They're putting women in charge and weak men. And the men are afraid of the women, and the women, due to the hatred of their hearts, are stomping over the men. It's crazy. It's really interesting to see it. And the men are putting up no fight at all to be who they are or supposed to be. They're going along with the okie doke. They are agreeing with their enemies that emotions are good, anger is good, and that men and women are equal. What a deception. What a deception. And as a result, we're losing my country. America is in a fast decline. And then the white men are afraid of the black women. And they're really afraid of black men too, because they don't want to be called racist. And these people As a result of the fear of white people toward the blacks are destroying America. They're destroying and the world wherever you put them in the right positions. You put the wrong people in right positions. It's happening all over. My country is no longer tears of thee. Isn't that amazing? Did you ever imagine? Did you ever imagine? And what's so interesting about it, the public school system, some of the Christian schools, and some of the private schools are going along with it. They're doing the same thing. All in the name of Jesus, they're destroying the light. They're destroying it. There are a group of mostly what seem like white kids. And I've seen a few sprinkled blacks and maybe some Mexicans. They're meeting at this school in Kentucky or somewhere. I think it's Kentucky. And they're coming from all over, going there from all over, and they're lifting up holy hands. Yes, Kentucky. And they're swaying about, and they're crying, and they're singing to the Lord. I wonder what you think about that when you see it. What do you get from that? Asbury University in Kentucky. Thank you, Hank. And apparently there are a lot of kids showing up. And it's interesting to watch it. It really is. And according to Fox News, they're calling it the Asbury Revival. That's according to Fox News. What do you think about that? I've been watching it, just kind of looking at it. What the? And it's interesting. We've had that before in this country, more than once. And yet, look where the country is. I think I asked Nick and James about that. Have you seen that in Asbury,
Yes.
Kentucky?
That whole prayer revival thing.
Yeah, the prayer revival
Calling
thing.
it like they're calling it a revival. I did.
You saw it?
I've seen it all over Fox. Looked into it a little bit.
Well, what did you think about it?
This is the exact thing that turned me away from Christianity.
Is it really?
Because I was really young, grew up in a Christian home, and we would go to church, and it was a lot of this. I don't know, maybe it's because they were like Hispanic churches, but it was a lot of like pray, like hands, like crying, like.
That's not Hispanic. The whites and blacks do that too.
I thought it was just that.
Mm-mm.
You know, a little side note. I remember going to my white friend's church for the first time, and he was like the calmest person. He was super calm. But the first time we were there, I was shocked when he was like on his knees, like, and I was like, that doesn't seem like you. But anyways, I remember being at these churches really young. I was shocked. He was raising his hand. I was like, that's like my family. And I was shocked. I grew up in these churches a little bit, and I just got tired of it because I just saw a bunch of crazy people. I thought it was just crazy. And so I just stopped going.
And how old were you around at that time? About?
It was since I was young, so all the way from like 8 years old to like 14 when I just became too annoying to bring to the church that my family just started leaving me at home. I was like making it real tough for this, like just like, man, like I would sit there like this when everybody got up, like, get up. Like, and so it was just too embarrassing to bring me, so they just and honestly, I'm not sure. And I wish I knew more about like details about what they're doing over there.
Okay. Yeah, I've been watching it too, and I don't know. I saw a couple. I've seen over the last, I guess, few days, couple of the young people being interviewed about it, and so. But I'm watching it.
Right. And so hopefully we'll have some more info on that. But on my first look at these people, that was my first thought, my first impression. It reminded me of that growing up and thinking it was crazy. Because I went to they would send me to these youth, what are they called? These youth retreats. And these kids would be like in circles crying. Some of them vomiting sometimes.
Gross.
Yeah. I remember.
Amazing.
And it just turned me off from the whole thing.
Mind blowing. And hey, have you seen any of it?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it.
And you it remind me of what you would do when you were a little homegrown Christian, and then when you're going to a Christian college. I can kind of see you in there doing that.
Of course. I was about to say whatever. But yeah, I actually, this is embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that takes me way back.
Let's go.
So, like, as a little kid, we had, like, a friend of the family who taught us to speak in tongues. And I haven't seen them do that. Maybe they are, maybe they're not.
Yeah, I haven't seen them doing
But
that.
since Hassan threw that in there.
But I haven't seen them doing that at Asbury University either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen wild stuff, kind of like what Nick has seen. No vomiting, but people going, oh, in like these big old, as if like the Spirit is causing them to do that. Shouting out in these big old meetings in huge auditoriums in like Pasadena as like a high schooler.
Right.
Going with the Christian club. It was called the Straight Edge Club.
Oh, this is when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember like the friend of the family teaching us to speak in tongues, and I would be like, good.
That was yours?
That was my word that I came up with. But it does remind me of college Christian stuff, because I went to a Christian university.
The Asbury stuff?
Yeah, because I had chapel 3 days a week, just like they have. I saw the female president of the school student body.
It's a woman?
It's a young
Well,
lady.
no wonder.
She's all cute and like
Mildly attractive.
yeah, mildly attractive, but she's all speaking in a way quoting Habakkuk, which is a Old Testament book, like a nice, I think it's Old Testament from the Bible, quoting it and relating it to like, I will something maybe heal your land or something. And I didn't understand what that has to do with what's going on, because I saw her in an interview with Tucker Carlson, and she was saying, oh, God's really working and stuff like that, but she's not really describing what actually happened. And I heard the reporter say a boy or a young man got up amid this chapel that's supposed to happen 3 times a week toward the end of it and started confessing his issues or something like that. His sins
apparently.
or flaws.
Yeah, apparently what I've heard about it, and I'm not clear when that happened, but apparently when they first met, some guy got up and told all his business.
Right.
And from there, they've been stuck there ever since.
Yeah.
24/7, it says.
Yeah, and they've been doing it. It's been there for every day.
Yeah, since like relatively early August.
Right.
I mean, February.
Couple weeks
confuse
for
my
sure.
months.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of like going to these Christian camps where guys would confess what they're into, like these different things that they're into
Right.
in front of everybody. And the Bible says, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other.
Yeah, it
So
says
people-
to one another if you offend someone. It just to say go to church and tell everybody.
Yeah.
What? And growing up, I never saw that. Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
It always
I
felt
only
awkward.
saw it when I moved to L.A. when people started doing that kind of mess.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell y'all put y'all business out there for?
Uh-huh.
It said go and forgive the person you offended and be done with it.
Yeah. So, but that's what the Christians that I grew up with, or many of them anyway, understood it to be like that, where you put it all out there. And so that was like embarrassing. And
And the reason embarrassing is because it's the wrong thing to do.
right.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
What the?
And there was something else going on. Oh, the lifting of the hands. You see a lot of people lifting up their hands.
Oh, yeah. Man. Making me vertigo.
That's what was embarrassing
Too soon.
because
Too
If that's
soon.
not all
Too
happened.
soon, Jesse.
Huh?
Too soon.
Go ahead.
I tried that when I was at the Christian college, thinking like that was what was missing. That was what I needed to be like,
Wave your hand
to
and
be the
look
real
up and carry
Christian.
on.
Because I knew that it was
Get your
something wrong
antenna up.
with my Christianity, you know.
Right.
And I don't know if it worked, but I think it's what I take it as is they're like kind of desperate and looking and
Well,
at a
that's some
loss.
desperation.
Yeah, they're kind of at a loss for how to seek God, and so they're seeking the best way they know how.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did notice that it was mostly whites, some Asians. There were some people from other Asian countries showing up
Yeah, they come from
around the world.
I heard this morning there were at least one from Russia. Like, ooh, I didn't think they would allow anyone from Russia over here.
Nice, based.
Orthodox.
I'm saying.
But those are like the scared races, the whites and the Asians. Those are the ones that are like nice, easy to get along with. Whereas the Hispanics and especially the blacks are like out of control. And there's been these mass shootings at schools like Michigan State University.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like retreating into their own little world and having this so-called revival.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem totally real. Like I saw an interview today, this morning even, where a guy said, or somebody said, limbs are growing back.
A woman said that. One of the girls said that.
And then when pressed for details, somebody said, oh, well, a sprained ankle was healed or something like that. Somebody kicked off her boot and started running around. Or people are getting along again. Or they're praying, singing and praying together when they don't normally get along. They hate each other.
Yeah, I heard someone say that too.
And so this is like, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not that the limbs are growing back. But she didn't really tell that story specifically when pressed. So I was leery of it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of, because this morning apparently a whole bunch of people came, and so they couldn't all fit in the building.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, they have overflow.
They're outside the
sections.
building or somewhere,
50,000.
and they're all down on their knees and carrying on. It reminds me of pictures I've seen when I guess the Catholic people hear someone say that over in one of those foreign countries that they saw a picture of Mary.
In like a water
They
state.
saw Mary in the cloud, or they saw
So
Mary.
everybody.
Yeah, and they all rushed over there, and thousands of them lined up to see Mary.
Mary on toast or
And
something like that.
And they believe in that they drink some water that Mary probably spit in or something.
Yeah, they're looking for like physical things. Or
They crawl for miles.
jump on
it-
the trend.
It reminded me of that when I saw it. I'm like, wow, that reminds me what the Catholics do when they hear that Mary was in the cloud. Or Jesus was in the cloud or something, you know?
I've heard of revivals happening in America before.
Yeah, me too.
And now I'm not so sure that, like, I thought of, oh, okay, cool, that's nice, that's good. But now, if they're calling this a revival, I don't know if those revivals were, like, real. Because it would just be, like, these crowds.
Yeah. Amazing.
And it seemed kind of empty. I don't know.
It's interesting to see this happening. And I'm just kind of waiting. It's supposed to end tomorrow, I heard. I think Thursday.
Oh, because it's past capacity. It's a fire risk.
Yeah, well, something.
Might have already ended.
Too many people showing up and
Right.
no parking place, not enough bathrooms, so they had to bring in those outdoor bathrooms.
Yeah. I mean, there's a capacity for any building that
Right.
you go to. You're not supposed to get it too crowded.
Yeah, so I think they're going to end it tomorrow. And right now they're only doing it at night, I think I heard. And because a lot of those Z's have started to come from high school at night, so they let them do it at night.
They were doing it 24/7.
Right.
And it's just singing and maybe some praying is all I've seen. I don't know if there's any speaking or whatever.
No, it just seemed to be praying and singing.
Maybe there's a little bit of speaking.
Maybe,
yes.
yeah, but I haven't seen it either.
People saying more of their business.
And lifting up their hands.
Nick did a show about that, right? To young men, stop putting your business out there.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it was some Twitch streamer putting out all his business after they caught him watching some nasty stuff, and he
Right.
went on front of a camera, just said, "I'm so sorry."
what a
But
sad
there's
man.
something about that, about people going and showing their desperation. Like apparently the guy that kicked off this whole thing, telling his whole business,
Yeah,
it shows other desperate people that they could now they can be desperate too. It's like a same way a
that's a
courageous
good
person,
point.
like a courageous person or something, will lead you to maybe not.
Yeah, I
to be
could see
courageous.
them hearing this guy from around the world. Oh, he's so desperate. Oh, baby, I'm desperate too. Let me go over there. What the?
Yeah, there's something about that. It just
That's
makes you
interesting.
reveal it.